All right, in this tutorial we're studying 16th notes. Now this sheet in this little musical example should look really familiar to you. In the very early weeks of this semester we learned about whole notes and half notes and quarters. So I used this same video tutorial to talk about how to count quarter notes. And we counted 1, 2, 3, 4 for this whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4 for that whole note. For the half notes, which lasts for 2 beats each, we counted 1, 2, and this one would be 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And quarter notes last 1 beat each. So those were counted like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then in another tutorial, with a very similar musical example, I introduced eighth notes. And since eighth notes were shorter than a quarter, we had to count or keep track of 2 eighth notes for every quarter note beat. So we subdivided the beat. We changed the way we counted. Instead of counting these as 1, 2, 3, 4, we made 2 sounds. We divided the beat into 2 parts: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we did that so that when we got to these eighth notes in the musical example, we could play them at the right speed. And we could also keep track of where we are in a measure that has a mixture of eighth notes and quarters and rests and all that stuff. So again, we subdivided eighth notes by breaking each beat into 2 parts: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Well, in this tutorial, we're going to learn yet another note value. And I know you're thinking, oh, not again. But the good news is this is the shortest note value that we will learn. There are shorter note values in music, but the shortest one that we're going to learn in this Music Fundamentals class is the 16th note. And this is what it looks like. It looks pretty similar to an eighth note, but eighth notes had 1 solid beam, or 1 flag per note. 16ths have 2 solid beams, or 2 flags for each note. So that's how we can just visually tell the difference between eighth notes and 16th notes. 16th notes are shorter. We'll remember from before that it took 2 eighth notes to add up to the same amount of time as 1 quarter. So there were 4 quarters in a measure of 4/4 time. It took 8 eighth notes to fill up the same amount of time. Well, 16th notes are shorter still. For each beat, each quarter note, we need 4 16th notes. So they really fly by, depending on the tempo of the song, of course. 16th notes can sound very fast. So there were 4 16ths for every beat. Do you notice the way they're beamed here? That's kind of helpful. We can see that these 4 belong to beat 1, beat 2, 3, and 4. So it's common in music to beam notes so that they visually help the musician out, help you keep track of what beat you're on. Okay, when we subdivided eighth notes, we added the syllable "and" between each number part of a beat: 1 and 2 and. For 16ths, we need to subdivide the beat into 4 parts. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to use the syllables 1, E, and So we're dividing each beat into 4 parts: 1, E, and Here's the beginning beat: 2, 2, E, and 3, E, and 4, E, and So when we get up to tempo, it'll go pretty fast. It'll sound something like this: 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Again, depending on how fast the beat is. In that earlier video, I mentioned that if music has eighth notes in it, what most musicians will do, particularly beginning musicians, they'll start subdividing the beat right from the beginning of the song. They'll scan the music, see what the shortest note value is, and say, oh, if the shortest note value is quarters, I can just count the whole thing, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if I notice some eighth notes, I might go back to the beginning of the song and start right from the beginning, counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so that when I get to those eighth notes, I'll know how fast to play them. Same is true with 16th notes. If I scan a piece of music and I see that there are 16th notes, I might start from the very beginning, even where I might have longer note values. I'll count right at the beginning, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, just so that I'm ready for those fast notes when they occur. So let's listen to this example, and I'm going to count out loud for you. 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a ready, go. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 4, 1E and a 2E and a ready, go. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a ready, go. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 2E and a ready, go. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... Whew, I'm out of breath. Okay, so you notice the beat never sped up. The notes got shorter and shorter, so the illusion, it creates kind of an illusion of an increased tempo, but the tempo does not increase. I'm going to play the whole thing again, and I'm just going to quietly count. But I want you to try to listen and tap and count. Okay? It might help you to practice before we do this. If you think, I can't, I keep stumbling over the words, just practice counting to 4 by subdividing. You can do it at a slow tempo until it trips off your tongue very quickly and easily. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and... Okay, so let's listen to the whole thing again at tempo. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... 1, 2, 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a ready, go. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Now eighth notes coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Now finally here come the 16th notes. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... So the tempo never increased, just the notes got shorter. We're going to use this same counting system, writing in 1 E and above the notes to help us solve some of the rhythm problems that we'll find on the worksheets and ultimately on the tests. So practice, practice, practice. Feel free to ask questions either in the tutoring session or tutoring center forum, or you can email me or post private messages to me in our course website. Have fun.